Alison, it's Paula. Here is your balance and core workout, 30 minutes. We're just going to do a set of exercises and we're just going to keep going and moving on all the while. If you need to stop and rest, please stop and rest, press the pause button and then unpause me. And then work from there. All right, so this is your exercise. If you need to skip an exercise, let me know and I will pop another one in for you. If they're all okay, then we're good to go. So let's start with a little bit of a warm-up. Okay, so we're talking about balance and we're talking about core. So what I want you to do is stand up nice and tall for me, feet facing forward, hips directly on top of the knees, chest, shoulders. And again, just sitting so we're not pushing forward and we're not pushing our bottom back. So nice and strong in that good core position. Okay, so we're looking at balance to start with. So all I want you to do is start with your right leg and I want you to move it forward and back. Forward and back. I want you to make sure that your upper body is going over the top of the foot that is moving. And if you need to start to bring in some arms, bring in some arms. Okay, so this is balance work. Keep it going. I'm going to change legs. So feet in a good balanced position and change. Forward, back, forward, back. Make sure that the foot that is going backwards isn't going behind the standing foot, okay, because that's going to compromise and I'm just warming you up. All right, so forward and back. Now look at my arms, complementing. Beautiful. I'm going to do one more. Feet together, stabilize. Okay, so walk through those feet for me. So I want you to come up onto the toes and I want to push those knees forward. If I can get those bodies warmed up, using the arms and the legs. So this is almost a power walk and you're not actually going anywhere. Now I want you to start to sink into the hips a little bit, but try and keep that upper body tall. So I don't want to see the shoulders dropping. Nice and tall. Power the arms. So this time we're going to go back to the right leg. We're going to go forward, side, back. Forward, side, back. Now remember, I talked about not making sure that that foot goes too far behind. Forward, side, back. Forward, side, and back. Two more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good balance. Power through the feet. Power through the feet. So really push those knees forward. Maximize the ankle mobility, push the heels into the floor, stretch the calf muscles. Good job. Okay. Back over to the left. Now, because I'm on screen, it might be your right is my left and it, as long as you're not using the same leg. Okay. Forward, side, back. Forward, side. Now, what I find is because we're moving forward, we can see the foot. Because we're moving to the side, we're stabilized. It's the foot at the back that's going to be the one you're going to have to concentrate more on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. March it through. So pick up the feet now for me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to concentrate on balance and we're not going to hold it for too long, but we're just going to get into a little pattern. I want you to count 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Okay? Keep marching, Alison. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Are you with me? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Now, in our strength workout, we talked about 90 degrees. So this is no different. Now you might think, hang on a minute, Paula, That looks a bit high and a little bit out of my reach. So here's your level version. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. So keep the feet low. Keep them balanced. Keep it wide for base. And lift as high as you can manage. And as the weeks go on, let's see if we can get confident in that work. So 1, 2, 3, hold is what you're talking to yourself about. And the actual hold part is tall. The hold part is not here. Beautiful. Give me 2 more. Wonderful. Just march things through. So the clock I talked about in the warm-up, we're going to tap now. We're going to tap the toe forward. So you can see 1, 2, 3. Okay, so instead of standing and leaning, we're tapping. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 12 o'clock to you. 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock behind you. 12, quarter, 6. 12, quarter, 6. One more. 12, quarter, 6. March it through. Change legs. Here we go. 12 o'clock on the other leg. 1 tap to the quarter, to the 6 o'clock. Straight to 12. If you need to have a break, come back to the center of the clock. 1, 2, 3. Come back to the center if you need to. 1, 2, 3. So I'm sticking with my 90 degrees here. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Let's get 2 more in there. 1, 2, 3. That's time. Let's go. Stand up nice and tall. A little bit of a march for me. Brilliant. So I'm going to show you from the side now, Alison. I'm going to split my squat, okay? So normally when we squat, we have both feet in line. I just want you to be split. Now, the reason I'm going to show you from the front now is because I don't want you to have that foot right behind you. So split it with the gap in between your knees. So I want you to sit back in the heel of the back foot. Sit down. Up, sit down, push. Where I want you to focus is on this back leg here. So this front foot should be quite light, okay? Down and push. And I want all the weight coming up and down through this leg at the back. Both feet are still flat on the floor, but we're in a split stance position. Still sticking our bottom out, still looking ahead. Oh, this is quite challenging. Give me 2 more. 1 and 2. Little march. Okay. Now you're going to split the legs the other way now. So again, make sure one isn't tucked underneath and behind, but make sure the split stance isn't too big. Okay. Get your balance. Off we go. Squat. Keep both feet on the floor. Try not to rock onto the toes. And push up. Off we go again. Take it down. Now, where's the weight coming from? It's coming from this back leg. And I want you to squeeze those muscles at the top when we get there. So the quads and the hamstrings are working. So push back and lift. Every single time those feet are flat onto the floor. Give me 4 more. 4. Good. 3. Keep going. 2. And 1. Wonderful. Okay, now this one you might need your chair for. So in comes my dining room chair. So I'm going to show you from the front, okay, slightly side on. Take one of your legs and I want you to bring it in the front and take it behind. Front and behind. So from now, it goes front, behind, front, behind. Now, because you're holding on, if you are, you might be able to introduce a little bit more speed. I don't want a great deal, but if you're not holding on, this is quite challenging. So you can see how I've had to slow it down. This is excellent for your core, woo! Excellent for your balance, but support if needed. So we are going over the top like a rainbow and working the hip. I'm doing quite a lot of single leg work here. Give me one more. Front and back. Woo! Stand. Now remember, if you need to turn around, move the chair around. Don't lean against it. Maintain that beautiful tall position. Off we go. Forward and behind. Forward and behind. When you do single leg work, you really do find out where your range isn't greater and also where your balance is stronger. And again, if you're not using the chair, I'm having to really work my core, my standing stabilizing leg. Speed is taken out, relax the shoulders. I've put my arms where they're confident. This might be one of those exercises that you might need to go from right to left a bit more frequently. I'm going to do 2 more. Last one. Oh, well done. Brilliant. Okay, so chairs come out of the way. What I'm going to get you to do now, Alison, is I'm going to ask you to take yourself to a position where you're comfortable, either on the floor, okay, in position on your bottom. So I'm coming to the floor now, I'm looking at you, I'm talking, and I'm still keeping myself moving, okay? So little bit of seated work. So we can get to the floor here, and if you have your band to hand, loop it around your feet, okay? Sit up nice and tall. Band in hand like you're sat ready in a rowing boat, okay? Toes pointing up. I want you to just take the armband and I want you to lean backwards and try and get your elbow to the floor. So I'm not going into a full sit-up or anything like that, okay? So I'm just slowly getting yourself, looking at your toes, moving slowly down. Remember, not too much tension on the band, slowly rocking back. So from the side, I'm going to move. So my elbow is touching, my elbow is touching, okay? Relax my neck and shoulders, and I'm just rocking and moving from my abdominals here. Give me 4 more. 4. Lovely. 2. And 1. Okay. In a seated position for me, Alison, you can lose the band, so unhook and bring yourself into a position where you're upright. Your legs are straight if they can. Now, if they won't go straight, you can bend them, okay? Sitting up, if you need to be against a wall, move to the wall, move to the sofa, wherever you feel comfortable. I would like your right hand to go towards your left toe. Now, if it won't go towards the left toe, it will move to the outside of your shin or your knee. Can you see my rotation in the upper body? Hand goes behind. Change. Change. As we change, I want you to mobilize the spine. So straight legs or bent legs, opposite hand, opposite leg, anywhere below the knee if you can make it, okay? I'm sure you can. I'm sure I'm not giving you enough credit here, but I need a bit of feedback from you. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So nothing very quick. Okay, now we're in a seated position. I just want you to slide all the way towards your elbows here, okay? So we're in almost a W position, if we were to write the letter W. So we're supported on our forearms, there are my hands, and just at the side of my hips. I want you to think about drawing a knee up towards the chest. I want you to relax your neck and your shoulders. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Now, what I'd like for you to do is just to roll over on one side for me. So again, I've kept your head up nice and tall, bending your knees. All I want you to do is open up the legs like a clamshell. Drop them down. Open and drop. So all of this is upright, and the movements I'm making are very small. Open your legs like you'll open up an oyster shell. Can you see that I've got my heels together, Alison, there? So I'm working the upper part of my glutes to look at the strength work and to help with the balance work that we're going to be doing, okay? So we're opening up and closing. What I don't want you to do, Alison, is open up that much that you fall backwards, okay? So you must maintain a really good position, and it's just this side that's moving. Okay, give me 2 more. Now, all we're going to do, very slowly, is roll round, and we're going to go into a cat position. So we're going to be on all fours. So from here, I would like your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So from here, extend out your right leg and then draw it in. Extend your left leg and draw it in. The right, draw it in, and the left. This is how slow I want you to go. So not too much weight on the hands, but we're looking at single leg extensions behind you. I really would like you to stretch that leg out as far as it will go. And we're going to keep going, Alison, but I want you to imagine now that we're going to lift our leg at 90 degrees up to the side of a lamppost. So these are your fire hydrant lifts. So we're going to lift our leg up and then change to the other side. Lift. Now I'm probably showing things a little bit high. So if you cannot get your 90-degree leg up, what's with the 90 degrees, Paula? Then you get up as far as you can. When you get out onto the tennis court, it's all about balance and stability around the hips, because you're not just moving forward and back, you're moving side to side. So we need to make sure that we're strong and we're balanced. And we're lifting. This is going to take a little bit of time, so just give me 4 more from now. 4, 3, whoa, challenging, opening up the hips, 2, and 1. Okay, now very slowly, bring yourself around to the other side where we're going to do our clamshells. Bend your knees, keep your feet stacked on top of each other, and we're going to open up the clamshell. Again, I've kept your head on a real level, but if that movement there is not working for you, Alison, you must let me know. I've got a real shadow going on behind me there. Open up the clamshell. So from your hip, really open it up. We've got to make sure that we're working all the balance muscles and the core at the same time. Brilliant. You're working really well. If those feet have slipped off each other, set them back up. If those hips are rocking too far behind you, don't go so far. Try to squeeze those knees together. Let's do our last 4. 4, good. And again, 3, beautiful. Give me 2 more. And 1. Now we're going to stand from here, however you do it. Now we did come to a position where we were sitting and we did our rows, and then we can just slowly push ourselves up into position. Okay, back to your feet, Alison, for me. So where we started, okay, tapping the toe round the clock, right leg, 1, 2, 3, together, same leg, 1, 2, 3, together. And again, remember, if you're getting from the floor and it's taking you a little bit longer, just press pause, get yourself up, change legs, and start again, okay? So I just want you to get back into the frame of using those legs from a standing position. We've got 2 more. Clockwork. Let's go. 12, quarter, 6. Last one. 12, quarter, 6. Beautiful. Arms out for me, Alison. Just give me a little rotation around the waist. Can you see I've gone wider with my legs? Fantastic. So what I'm looking for now is some core work standing up. Okay, so here we go. Opposite hand to opposite knee. Visual. Okay, arms up. Opposite hand, opposite outside knee. From the side. Arm goes behind, add rotation. Stand. Now, if you don't want to look behind you, Alison, stay looking in front. Okay? And if you don't want to have one hand too far behind, put 2 hands on the outside of the leg. Okay, so here's some options for you. So you could come up, add rotation, add a squat. So do you remember in our strength work when we squatted, we made sure our bottom was back. Stand, rotate. Stand, rotate. Let's get some functionality working here. Wonderful. Okay, good job. One more either side. Now I'm going to add another little move for the sides of the waist. So bring the feet in if you wish. Hands on the side of the seams of your trousers. I want you to move to the side, centre, move to the other side. I want you to imagine that you're stuck in your patio doors. You can't come forward, you can't lean back. So it is just side to side. Showing from the front again. So hands no lower than the knees. And when we're moving, we're keeping these shoulders down. So I'm not going from here, lifting my shoulders and bending my arms. Keep your lever length nice and long and strong. This is your obliques at the side, and this is where we should be feeling it. We're scrunching this one and lengthening this one. So you have internal and external obliques. Scrunch, lengthen, okay? As long as we understand the mechanics of how things work. Now, if you have your band to hand, stand on your band, make it a little tighter, and we stay on one side and we work against the resistance of the band, okay? So just we're pulling up on the band. I'm not bending my elbow, look. I'm just pulling up on the resistance. If it's too easy, you're having to make those muscles work against something, okay? This is an addition and it's harder work. So if you're happy just staying with the hands at the side of the leg and working with the movement of the upper body being the weight, then that's fine. Let's do 2 more. Don't forget to breathe through all of these exercises. So what I'm going to do is take the resistance off the band. Okay, I didn't mean to drop it then. Stand on it like we did before on our bicep curls. Have the resistance in this side, and then we're just going to move the opposite way. The reason I don't go back is because that's going to take all the slack off the band. So we stay tall and we stay at one side. Remember again that it is just sideways movement, okay? It's not leaning backwards and not leaning forwards. Alison, you're amazing. You're doing such a great job. What I'd like for you to do is do each workout twice through. Any problems, queries, questions, you know where I am. Let's do 4 more and we're done. 4, 3. What you also might want to do is go through the video to start with and write down the exercises. 1 more. So you know what order they're going to come back in. Relax the band. Roll the shoulders for me. Wonderful work. Just start to move. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Brilliant. And what I'd like to see is moving those hands around the front and around the back. Around the front and around the back. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that. You're going to feel a difference. That's your balance and your core work. Just march the feet for me. Just power the arms as we're marching. Brilliant. Don't forget, leave a little gap, a day's rest in between. Take them at your leisure. Don't rush them, and make sure that you gap them accordingly. So you might want to go for a walk one day. You might want to put some strength. Then you might need a rest day, then some balance and core, then a walk. You decide. You're the best judge, and see how you get on. But let me know, and I'll see you soon. Take care, Alison. Bye.